The little girl wanted to spend Christmas with her mom, so she quietly ran away from the orphanage on Christmas Eve and returned home. She gently held her mom's urn in her small hands, softly saying that mom could rest peacefully because she would eat on time and take good care of herself. After that, she picked up the phone, imitating the way her mom usually ordered takeout, but she had no idea what takeout really meant. She only thought that dialing a number would make an uncle bring her something warm to eat, so she called the only number left in the phone, a call to the father she had never met. Yet the father thought the call came from the girl's mother. He angrily shouted for her to go die and stop asking him for money. Not until he heard the faint, hungry voice of the little girl wanting to eat did the man finally realize the caller was actually a child. He then calmly told her to let her mother answer the phone, but the little girl said her mom was asleep and could not take the call. The man assumed it was another trick from the woman, so he immediately sent 2 of his men to the woman's place. After entering the house and not seeing the woman anywhere, they simply carried the little girl away and brought her to the man. The man had no idea she was his biological daughter. He only believed the woman feared being blamed, so she pushed out a child she had with someone else as a shield. Back then, when the man's business collapsed, the woman had cruelly left him, but a year later when he rose again, the woman appeared holding a newborn baby. The man refused to believe the baby was his, assuming she was using someone else's child to scam him, so he pulled out $20,000 to send her away, but the woman bargained, asking for $50,000 before she would leave. This made the man even more certain she was greedy for money. He never knew the little girl had inherited his family's heart disease, and that money was meant for her life-saving surgery. A year later, the woman came to him again. By then, she was already suffering from a fatal illness. She wanted to entrust their young daughter to him, and showed him a medical report to prove she was not lying, but the man thought she was asking for money again. He did not even look at the report and threw her $100,000. Before leaving, he coldly told her to disappear forever. The next year, the woman truly vanished from the world as she died from her illness. The man never received any news about her again, until that day when he accidentally encountered his own daughter. He forced himself to stay calm and asked the girl where her mother had gone, but the little girl did not know her mother had passed away. She only cried, saying her mother slept during the day and turned into a star at night. Yet the man still believed it was another pitiful trick planned by the woman. He turned away and walked back inside, leaving the girl alone outside the door. The little girl, who did not know the way, could only follow the pale moonlight, hoping to find her mom, who had become a star. When she grew too hungry to bear it, she stopped beside a trash can and crouched down, trying to find something she could eat. The woman who had passed away could only watch with heartbreaking sorrow, unable to help. Luckily, the man appeared just in time and grabbed the dirty food from her hands. Seeing the woman still refused to show herself, he simply lifted the little girl into his arms and took her home. He even carefully prepared food for her and settled her down. He thought keeping the little girl close would eventually bring the woman out to get her. Unexpectedly, the little girl suddenly asked him, would mom really come here to pick her up? The man did not answer and told the maid to prepare a guest room for her. Strangely, the little girl ignored the guest room and insisted on sleeping on the couch in the living room. At first, the man thought she was just being childish, but she actually slept on the couch for 3 full days. The man began to wonder whether she had been abused in her previous home, but the girl said she had never been hurt and simply liked sleeping on the couch. It turned out there had been only one couch in her mother's home. When her mom was seriously ill, she often lay on that couch unconscious. The little girl thought her mom was only sleeping and would curl up in her arms. Even after she was later sent to the orphanage, she still preferred sleeping on a couch, because it felt just like being held in her mother's